I just rewatched The Office and
American or UK?
American. Unfortunately, I know if you're like a super geek, you love the UK one. I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched it. Just the American.
A few years ago, before we got married, I tried to watch the UK one, and the accents were so thick, I couldn't understand them, and I gave up. We're a strictly US office household.
Like when you get a show from the UK, not even thinking about that the show is ever gonna pass outside UK, you cannot understand it. You need subtitles.
Couldn't at all, yeah.
The accents are thick.
Going back to you guys getting married. Yeah, I was watching The Office. There's a life lesson that if you are engaged for like 3 to 4 years, how do you fix that? You're done already. There's no coming back from that. Honestly, in today's world, what you guys did is like revolutionary.
I feel like we definitely went against the grain. A lot of people were very supportive when they probably should have been more cautious. Like I told my mom and dad and they were just like, yeah, like we totally trust you. And I feel like they probably should have been like, what are you doing?
The reason why they were supportive is probably because they know you. And it seems like you haven't done this 10 times before.
Yeah.
I imagine someone from New Orleans, very common for someone to just like get smashed and just get married somewhere in like with an Elvis, a guy dressed as Elvis gets you married. That's very common in the US apparently.
In Vegas, yeah.
Oh, in Vegas, yes. Sorry, not New Orleans. Maybe that's what we're missing, man. Because it seems like it's either nobody's getting married or people are just having 5-year relationships and then getting married.
I feel like once you're married and you have any kind of concerns, there's no cop out. There's no like breaking up because it would be such a hassle to break up. So you work through it, and I think you're much more inclined to work through any issues if you are married because like you've made that commitment.
Tell me, why do you think people have long relationships and don't commit to getting married?
My mom and dad are not married and they've been together for like
Wow.
30, 40 years. So I kind of like booked that trend too.
That is even more interesting. What? Explain that. Have you talked to therapists about this?
I definitely should. There's a lot going on.
God, there's something there. Okay, so your parents were married this whole time and they're still together.
Yeah.
Shouldn't that like prove to you that's, there's no necessity for that?
Yeah, I never thought I would get married. It was never my intention. I never like believed in it. But then all of a sudden I did, and then
Okay,
it's kind of
then
the
I
best
want to
thing.
hear your side. Something here is not clicking.
The dirty truth is that we met in Taiwan, and so we just happened to meet there and we started dating, and then I was planning on going back to school. So we just had to make the decision and we just decided, and it's worked out, as she said.
Fuck,
we just
man, yes, like
keep
you.
talking
It's
about
after
it.
5 years, man. Yes, you just like opened a new horizon into life for me. I thought that was closed. I was like you, never even crossed my mind. There was one time I met a girl that was seemed really nice. She kind of like was very traditional. She was like, we do need to get married and have kids and all that. Now that's completely off my head. In today's world, what you guys did is like super unconventional. It's like really going against the grain, like you said.
We tend to be fairly well aligned, and obviously we're not the same person, but we have similar senses of humor, and we kind of tend to go about life more or less the same way. And I think we also know when to listen to the other one. Like she's taught me a lot about like just being a healthier, cleaner, more grown-up person.
I think that's what he's saying is very serious. I think it's very common nowadays. Guys kind of remain kids for way longer than they used to be.
The frontal lobe doesn't
Yeah.
develop for a while.
The thing that they say about women that they develop faster was already true, and for some reason men drag that out even further, because now we kind of remain kids until we're like 25, sometimes 30.
How old are you?
How old do you think I am?
32.
I was gonna say 28.
Wow, thank you so much. So I'm gonna take that as a compliment, because even though I look young, you can think, oh wait, she thinks I'm a fucking child. But yeah, no, I am actually 35.
Oh, wow.
All right.
But,
Good skin.
Yeah, no, it's the thing. I'm actually in the sun now, and I forgot my sunscreen, and I'm stressed out about it.
Oh no, do we have any in the bag?
I actually am one of these guys that grew up kind of being in my computer all the time, so I didn't see the sun until I was like 25 or something.
That's something else she taught me was good skincare. Did nothing until I didn't even wash my face with special,
Yes!
face wash. Yeah.
Yes! I find this funny because a few years ago, while I tried to get a skincare routine going, and I just fell off. I bought one product, I used it all, and I was like, transition automatically back to just washing with like whatever thing I had to clean my hands. Is it bad that I use the same thing that I used to, wash my hands?
Yes, that's really bad.
Okay.
We have to work through this.
It's that thing, like, that's why you need a woman in your life. There was a point when the girl I was with would like tell me what to wear, because I didn't really care about, choosing clothes.
I still don't.
That joke about guys being kids and they just move on from being a kid with mama and now they get a girl that becomes, you know, kind of like the mother.
That's kind of true. I hate
kinda
it.
is.
It's kind of true.
Yeah, it kind of is, man. But you know what? Girls like to do that anyway. Like, don't joke.
To
You
like
to do
nurture.
that. Yeah, you like to take care of something. When sometimes people have kids, there's a thing in psychology where the guy feels left out because she just starts caring completely about the new toy. And the guy's like, what the fuck? You're not giving me any attention.
Yeah. They're like,
Yeah.
where's my mummy?
Yeah. I could talk to you guys all day, man. Like, seriously, you seem like such a fun couple. I think the reason why this whole thing worked out and why you went into full commitment, even though that was not something you grew up with, you know, having married parents, something clicked and you were smart enough to not doubt yourself. Find problems where there are none, you know?
Yeah, I think definitely towards the at the beginning of our marriage, I was like, let me find all the issues in this, but you know, like let me see why this is the worst. But then you just like work through it, and you're like, just those weird doubts that pop up, just like aren't real.
Because that's the thing, like, yes, there's always going to be problems. If there's two people together, at some point they're going to disagree on something.
Yeah.
How do you guys solve that? Like, just teach me now, because I need it.
I think a lot of empathy,
Yeah.
a lot of taking a step back, trying to be
So,
like,
like,
as
not
objective.
fight in the moment, just like take a step back, breathe.
Yeah, I think what I like to do is like, if I'm pissed off, I'd be like, I'm pissed off.
Nice!
Like, this is not a good time to talk to me. Like, I'm pretty
Nice.
pissed off, or like, you're pissed off. Like, this just isn't a good time.
Being super direct, I think it helps
Yeah,
because
I think like labeling our emotions.
honestly, it's usually men that are completely direct. There are no double meaning. They say exactly what they think. And women sometimes are like, they just put it in a file and they keep piling this file.
Yeah.
And then at
Keep
some
it
point,
all in our heads.
they just empty the whole bucket on you and like, what the fuck? Where does this come from? So it's super nice that you're not doing that. You're like completely, okay, this is how I feel.
Is that true? Is that right? Or do I... Am I lying?
That's mostly right, yeah.
Yeah, I think just like labeling emotions is really
You
useful.
guys, honestly, no joke. Start like a YouTube channel about like how to actually have a relationship. A lot of people need it, and I'm saying it because I might need it. So I'm sure there's a ton of people that need to understand how to actually have a relationship. And you guys got something.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, lovely to talk to you. Anything else you guys want to say before we go?
No, I think so. Thanks for having us.
All right, thank you so much, guys. Really.
Thank you.